I'm Billy D, juiced on life. Today we're at the Isan Aquatic Farm for breeding tilapia in northern Thailand. Their goal is to spawn, hatch, reverse sex, and sell fried and fingerling tilapia to the surrounding community to create a sustainable food source that nourishes the generations to come. So let's go on a little tour of how this process works.
Behind you are 12 tanks, and those tanks are quite a few fish. The ratio is about 2 to 1. 2 females to 1 male, and it's about 120 females and 60 males. And this system has been taking us from a production in ponds to a really tremendous production at this point. It's around 2 million fish a shot. You know, it's the natural part of what we're learning. We're learning how tilapia think, how tilapia eat, how they breathe, what's good for them, what's not good for them. All those things are part of the whole system, and it's like there's a system out there. It isn't our system. We didn't make it up, but God made it up. And at this point, we're just saying, how in the world do we get a hold of that and understand it so we can make it work? You know, tilapias are easy fish to raise, easy to find, great protein. Poor people can raise them if they know how to do it in a way that makes it productive, and it's a great fish, a super fish for the future.
So these are strictly breeding tanks.
These are strictly breeding tanks. These are mothers and fathers. Here you go. This is one that's a little bit better. You can see them up at the top better.
Oh yeah, here we go. Look at how happy all those little tilapias are swimming around, eating, breeding. So the first step is once the female becomes pregnant, to capture her, and we're going to collect her eggs. They're mouth breeders, so she holds about 500 to 600 eggs in her mouth. So this is a close-up of a female tilapia holding her eggs. You could get a close look there, and we're going to show you how to extract those eggs now. It's simply a rinsing process with water, and the net is going to catch the eggs. So it's pretty simple, and the fish is not harmed in the process, and then it's released into the tank for the next cycle of breeding. And there we have it. So those are pretty developed eggs right there. And Jim's going to go over the next step.
Well, this is the number 4 egg, which means it's gone through stage 1, 2, 3, and 4. It's already hatched, really, and it's got a big egg sac on it. You can see the little wiggle movement of the fish. And then it'll go to 5, where it'll be even have less of an egg sac, and 6 then is a free-flowing fish. But this is the levels in the development of the egg once it comes out of the mother's mouth.
Very good. Once the eggs have been extracted from the mother tilapia's mouth, they are washed, weighed, cleansed for parasites, and placed in the incubation trays. This environment simulates the mother's mouth, and they are soon hatched into itty-bitty little fish, which you see right here. They stay in here for several days, where they are fed food and are nourished and grow to a sizable degree, and they will soon be ready to be reverse sexed into males.
Put in here, and they're fed testosterone-based feed, which nudges them into maleness. They all become males. 99.9%, 99.7%.
Did you say testosterone-based food?
That's right. Hormone-based food. And so they all become male because they're the indicator for their environment is be male. Whereas if they go in the water, they become male or they become female, depending on probably the same thing, the need for males or the need for females in a natural base, in a pond. But we need them to be males, so we make them males. And this is a Age Institute technology, discovery kind of thing. You can do it different ways with tilapia, but this is the way that we do it. And, so we have a system fairly complex that we make the feed. We get the ingredients from different places around the world, and we feed these things, and they come out 99% male. At that point, then they're sold, and when they raise them, they have maybe 1% will be female. and that's all. And that means all that they raise will go to market. If the females are there, they'll start breeding within 3 months from birth.
Wow.
And they'll just impregnate the pond with tons of baby fish, and the pond will cease to grow. It'll be stunted. People have an idea. The more you put into a pond, the more you're going to get out. The problem is the more you put in the pond, the less you're going to get out of any sizable growth. If you don't want any different size than what you put in, then you can put that many in. But you got to balance it, and so there's a number you put in the pond, and for us it's 1.5 fish to 1 square meter of surface water in the pond, and that gives you a good growth basis for your fish. But they take our fish, and those fish just grow fast, sell well, and are stable and hardy. No problems. Isn't it beautiful?
Wonderful.
Kind of like the beautiful flame of the forest tree.
What species of tilapia are you breeding?
Chittata 3 variety. And Chittata is the king's palace, is the name of his palace. And that becomes the best variety that we've had for a long time. But then there's a variation of it that's been bred with other strains brought in, and it's called Chittata 4. So we got 4 and 3s. Those are 2 good fish because they're thick, broad, short-nosed. They've got beautiful color. The Chittata 3 is a little bit longer, but those are the 2 varieties that we deal with here. But those are hybrids. You know, they're modified. They're made that way by breeding different.
This is to the current king that brought these in.
Yeah, he brought them in years and years ago.
Do you know where they originated from?
They're a blue Nile fish. They're called the Niloticus blue Nile tilapia.
Is that in Africa?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's Egypt.
Egypt.
And Africa.
And what's the main reason these are being sold as males for reverse sexing?
Males are most they longevity, but also size, feed conversion ratio, beauty, saleability. They're gorgeous fish. Everyone wants them. And the males, if the females are a lot smaller, you don't make the food into enough, so make it feasible. So much more economically feasible. So anyway, these are little sections of 12,000 apiece fish that are basically becoming in here in the coming week and be sold out, and they'll be all male after 21 days.
21 days.
You scrape them off to clean them. So every time you
The algae?
the algae's got to be scraped out of the holes in the net.
Are you guys using a bleach or chemical to clean them or no?
No, not at all. Salt. The only chemical we use on this place here is salt. It's the feed for the reverse sexing process. It's been mixed. It's been mixed with 1 kilo of fish meal from Chile, which floats.
From Chile?
The only kind we find in the world that floats well enough to be the right kind of food. And it's mixed with testosterone. And this divided into bags of feed per net. And we know how many times they get fed 5 times a day while they're in the nets there. So for 21 days they eat this kind of food. At the end of the 21 days, we're assured that they are all as male as they can get. And this is the feed mix that you can see in the.
That looks like almost looks like a fine powder.
It is. It's fish meal. It's ground up fish meal. So it's what we feed for any kind of. I mean, it's just normal feed, but this is special feed in the sense that it's
reverse sexing feed.
Sex feed, right? So the person who's in essence, the key person is this lady right here, and. So one taught her how to do this, and she's doing.
Yeah. Wow, we sure learned a lot today about tilapia hatching and farming, and would like to throw a big thank you out to the SDRF for hosting us and showing us their operation. We'll keep you informed of their progress in the future.
God bless you.
And if you would like to get involved in any way, shape, or form, feel free to reach out, leave a comment, and like the video. And we're always striving to make each video a little better. So we appreciate it, and thanks for watching. Stay tuned.